I just got done watching an Alicia Keys video on her attempt to guilt us into accepting ISIS, religion of peace refugees. That was a load of shit. Anyways, what this video is about is real world problems. Our homeless vets, which the government doesn't seem to give a shit about, who are committing suicide at an alarming rate. Real world issues are places like Chicago, where most places what would be considered a tragedy or a bad shooting, they call Wednesday. Real world problems is we have a presidential candidate who doesn't give a shit who she screws over and who supports basically whoever puts the most money in her pocket, but people are still blindly supporting her anyway because female. Real world problems are the fact that we have to fight for our gun rights, and that anti-gun groups would rather us call the cops and hope to hell they get there before we get killed. Because calling cops and 10 minutes later when they might show up is much better than us having a firearm. Because they'd rather cop be investigating our murder than the piece of shit scum who broke into our house. Presidential candidate who essentially wants us to go to war with Russia, and again, people are still blindly supporting her dumbass. Real world problems are the fact that people rather us call them the religion of peace because apparently they have to continuously tell us that's what they are, yet when you constantly have to remind us that's not how it works. Real world problems is that we have a current president who constantly plays the race card, and real world problems are race relations have been the worst they've been in a very long time, thanks to the current president. Oh, and one of the runner-ups. Yeah, there are a lot of real world problems. You wanna know what's not a real world problem? Somebody respecting your childish fucking pronoun games, or you being misgendered. That's not a real world problem. There are two genders, unlike what Tumblr says, which I think they're up to 78 by now. So if somebody misgendering you or using the wrong pronoun is your real world problem, then you have no fucking problems. Apparently you're not getting enough attention from mommy and daddy. I know this is not an attack on transgender people because they're transitioning from one gender to another, not fucking making up genders. So there are a lot of real world problems that we get to deal with. Your ignorant bullshit isn't one of them. Real world problems are the fact that there are attacks on the Constitution, the Second Amendment, the First Amendment. Yeah, apparently the First Amendment is a bad thing according to most social justice warriors because they deal with real issues. I don't see how you can be fighting for justice when you're assaulting people because they have a different opinion than yours. So please stop embarrassing yourselves. There's a lot of real world problems, you don't have them. And that brings us to the end of that video. Please like and share the video. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment below, tell me what you thought. And until next time, don't forget about my social media sites, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that fun stuff. Always remember, the fight to keep our rights is never over unless you give up. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. And don't you forget, gun-free zones kill. Not an assault rifle.